Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from SABA satellite channel from Marib. Here are tonight's top stories.
Jamila Ali Raja sworn in as Yemen's first woman ambassador to the US.
IMF approves Yemen's Article 4 consultation. Central Bank governor highlights ongoing reforms.
Demonstrations in Mocha denounce ongoing Iranian attacks on GCC states.
Welcome back, and to details. In a historic moment, Jamila Ali Raja took the consultation's oath as Yemen's first woman ambassador to the United States before President Rashad Al-Alimi at the Yemeni embassy in Riyadh. Following the ceremony, President Rashad Al-Alimi expressed his confidence in Ambassador Raja's ability to represent Yemen's efficiency in Washington and praised for expertise in dismantling misleading narratives by the Houthi militias. He also emphasized the importance of Yemen's diplomatic missions in advocating for the national cause, reinforcing the need to showcase Yemen as a state committed to regional and international peace. President Al-Alimi reiterated the significance of enhancing relations with the international donors and strengthen partnerships to support Yemen's recovery and counter the Houthi militias' violence, which continues to threaten global security.
In a significant sign of economic recovery in Yemen, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, approved the results of its Article 4 consultation with the Yemeni government, marking the first such review after an 11-year hiatus. The IMF noted that improved institutional capacity and data production in Yemen and commended the government's efforts in stabilizing the economy. According to the IMF statement, Yemen's economy has begun a gradual recovery from the deep recession that followed the halt in oil exports in 2022, the slowdown in contraction and reduction in financial and external pressures. The IMF highlighted the importance of resuming these consultations amidst Yemen's severe humanitarian crisis and the major macroeconomic challenges brought by the war. The statements also praised the government's efforts in revenue mobilization and financial governance, which have helped provide essential public services. Looking ahead, the IMF expects Yemen's economy to gradually gain momentum by 2027, as inflation decreases, real income improves, and fiscal tightening is relaxed. The IMF also noted that increasing government revenue over time would support public services and alleviate the humanitarian crisis.
In response to the IFM statement, the Yemeni government has welcomed the International Monetary Fund's approval of the Article 4 consultations, considering it as a strong indicator of Yemen's renewed institutional engagement with international financial bodies and a vote for confidence in the government's economic and financial reforms. In a statement, the government emphasized that this approval reflects international recognition of its efforts to establish fiscal discipline, improve transparency, and combat corruption, despite the extraordinary challenges posed by the war and the halting of oil exports due to the Houthi militia attacks. The statement highlighted the government's ongoing work with international partners to alleviate humanitarian suffering, achieve economic stability, and build a more efficient national economy capable of meeting future challenges. Additionally, the government stressed that achieving sustainable economic recovery depends on ending the war and achieving comprehensive, lasting peace. This will be accomplished through the restoration of state institutions and the end of Houthi coup, supported by Iran, and addressing the needs and aspirations of the Yemeni people for security, stability, and development.
In a related context, and in a statement to the Yemeni news agency SABA, Central Bank Governor Ahmed Ghalib has welcomed the International Monetary Fund's assessment following the conclusion of Article 4 consultations with Yemen, highlighting it as a significant step towards restoring institutional engagement with the international community. Governor Ghalib praised the government's efforts in maintaining economic stability despite difficult circumstances, noting progress in fiscal and monetary policy. He reaffirmed that the resumption of these consultations opens doors for greater technical and financial support, contributing to economic recovery and improved living conditions for Yemenis. The governor also acknowledged the substantial regional risks affecting commodity and energy prices, emphasizing the bank's ongoing role in maintaining currency stability and ensuring the availability of essential goods. He emphasized the need for balanced policies and gradual reforms to address the challenges ahead, urging continued collaboration between the government, international partners, and the central bank.
The Coast Guard Authority concluded a training program aimed at building the capacity of its media team with support from the UK. The program, running from March 29 to April 2, developed the skills of 18 trainees, including 5 women in areas such as media communication, social media management, digital content writing, short video production, and photography and editing skills. The program also focused on enhancing digital security concepts. The training is part of the authority's ongoing efforts to improve its media team and strengthen cooperation with international partners.
In the city of Mocha in Taiz, a massive rally was held today to condemn the continuous Iranian attacks that threaten the security and stability of GCC countries. In their statement, the protesters condemned the Iranian assaults on Saudi Arabia, the GCC countries, and Jordan, describing these actions as direct threats to Arab national security. The rally also emphasized the deep partnership with the Arab coalition led by Saudi Arabia in defending regional security and countering Iranian expansionism in Yemen and beyond. The statement also warned against the increasing provocations from Houthi militias backed by Iran, which continue to threaten international shipping lanes, particularly through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. Protesters called on those under Houthi control to reject calls for escalations, stressing the negative impacts on national security, economy, and supply chains. The participants urged the international community to act swiftly to stop Iranian aggression and ensure the region's stability. And with that, we conclude tonight's news bulletin. Thank you for joining us and have a good time.
Have a good time.